Hello, I'm Sandy Walden, your Master Grief Coach, Master Grief Coach Trainer, and creator of the Grief Healing Course. What does it mean to you when someone says, we hold space for a conversation? For me, that means that we make room to respectfully and honestly create a safe environment to express our own thoughts, beliefs, and feelings, as well as others. This is something that we talk about a lot in the Grief Healing course and in the Master Grief Coach certification course, which starts in a week. It's something we spend a lot of time talking about, not only about doing it, but how to do it. So often we might hear from someone who says, this is the way it is. And I always want to honor and respect that because that's their truth. At the same time, many of us have had experiences where our truth has evolved or shifted, changed, or grown. Or maybe it's gone away completely regarding some topic. One of the topics we talk about a lot is the afterlife, because of course we're talking about grievers. The Grief Healing course is focused on those who are grieving. Most often we are grieving the death of someone we care about. So something that we talk about a lot is, where are they now? What's happening? Are they rewarded? Are they punished? Are they growing? Is it over? Is it silence? Is it ... Personally, my beliefs have grown and expanded tremendously, not only since my son died back at the end of 2010, but it started long before that in their conversations we used to have. Holding that safe space for one another means if someone comes from a specific religion or faith, I want to hear them. I want to understand why they feel and think the way they do. I may or may not agree. That's not for me to judge. It is for me to create a safe place for them. That's something I spend a lot of times, well as the coaches who work with me in the Grief Healing course. What resonates with you? What is right for you? How can we all learn from one another, hear and respect one another, and fold that into our healing? So many people have died deaths that are stigmatized. My son died of suicide. There are certain traditions or beliefs that bring punishment with that. Now, that's not my belief. I think he's perfectly fine, happy, and I have had many experiences, including the many acorns that he's dropped off for us, that tell me he's thriving. However, if you've lost someone in a way that's stigmatized, maybe they died of suicide or murder or overdose or involved in a crime, there can be so much shame piled on us that when we work together, we spend a lot of time making it safe for someone to express what they feel. Never to try and change their mind, because that's not my job as a coach. And as a coach trainer, when I'm working with coaches in training, they all come with their own wisdom anyway, but they understand in different ways why we never shut someone down and why we never reinforce something that's hurtful, but why we talk about, mostly we listen, and find the way that feels right for them. It's a really big deal. It's a very, very big deal. Holding that safe space. If someone has lost their person, whoever that person is, friend, family member, partner, child, parent, wherever this goes, if they themselves are feeling stigmatized or they feel as though their loved one is stigmatized, we want to give an awful lot of tender, loving care to that. We spend a lot of time in the coaching course talking about supporting them so that they can find their own healing. What is their truth? What is yours? I find it very interesting that no matter how many people I talk to, we each have our own truth, our own experiences. They may be based in beliefs that we grew up with. It might be based in something we're experiencing right now. Maybe it's based in hope or expectation or intention. How does that show up? So when we work together, again, whether it's one-on-one coaching in the grief healing course or in the Master Grief Coach certification, when we work together, our goal is to not only create that safe place, to let you be who you are, and to find the way forward that is gentle, respectful, and healing. So for me, most of this begins with, what is true for you? What is true for you? For many, when someone they love has died, their thoughts and feelings about the experience their loved one is having now might shift or change. So many are really surprised that they might get, I don't know, some sort of message or sign, acorns, from the other side. The other side. Even the language we use. Again, it's so important to be respectful. I use words like the afterlife, the other side. Others use language, heaven and hell, Valhalla, utopia, so many words. When we work together, we unpack this. Tell me more about this. Tell me more about where your truth comes from. How is it reinforced? Does it nurture you? Does it support you? How are you experiencing the healing of your grief, considering where you believe your loved one is? Have you seen signs from them? Have you received signs from them? What might those signs look, sound, or feel like? Because this is different for everybody too. There are some who believe that any sort of a sign is something dangerous or threatening. I absolutely want to respect that. And the coaches I work with do as well. Others believe that that sign is hello. That's what it is for me. It's hello, everything is good. Dreams, visitations. We talk about all of these things so that we can meet one another where we are. Never from a place of saying, I'm right, you're wrong. You're right, I'm wrong. But this is what feels right for me. Can you tell me more? How can we work together to tend to this wound, to understand and respect one another? Because that's where the healing happens. The Grief Healing course is always open for you to join anytime you choose. If you'd like to know more, either visit my website, www.sandywalden.com, or send me a message. The same with one-on-one coaching. The Master Grief Coach certification course registration is closing tonight or tomorrow morning, and the class begins January 23rd. If you'd like to be involved, to deepen your own healing, to support others, again, either visit my website or send me a message and I'll get back to you. wherever you are, I encourage you to close your eyes. And I find that I'm putting my hand on my own chest to examine your own heart. What is your truth? And I'd love if you'd share with me here, because when we share with one another, that represents opportunity for bonding, for connecting, for respecting, for building deeper compassion and caring, for learning, and for healing. Because my belief, my truth, is that we do walk this path through grief into healing, arm in arm. I'm Sandy Walden, your Master Grief Coach, Master Grief Coach trainer, and developer of the Grief Healing Course. I'd really like to hear what is true for you. Has your belief, have your feelings shifted, changed, grown, expanded, gone away? All changes are natural and normal because this process of grieving and healing is one that is different for each one of us. I wish you a day of peaceful healing. Namaste.